So the Fibonacci Project itself is a research project for me where I'm exploring and answering the question of what are the deepest, darkest fears that plague this tiny micro niche of where my clients live. So it's what are the deepest fears that exist here for them, and how can I, through coaching, provide answers, solutions, and ways to help them grow so they can live at that top of that emotional guidance scale more and more. It's a celebration of the diversity in who we are, and it's very much conversational. I love to get to know people. So what I am looking for are interviews with my ideal client and how it intersects with neurodiversity. Let me see if I can describe it. So it's these huge achiever, 1%er, really incredibly successful individuals. So that's one circle if we think about the three intersecting circles. The second circle is that they are impact leaders. They have a deep passion and a vision for changing the world for good. And I love to say my coaching clients are obsessed with the same thing I'm obsessed with, which is the favorite kind of ROI, not return on investment, but the positive ripples of impact, changing the world to make it a better place. Okay, so impact leaders, 1%ers as far as their success, and ultra high net worth individuals. And then this third circle, I believe, is neurodiversity. They have a unique zone of genius. So right in the center of that, there's this little triangle. That's the person I'm looking to interview, or the person who would qualify to be a Fibonacci Project one-on-one client. So the Fibonacci sequence is a mathematical sequence that occurs in nature. It's everywhere. And I'm a real brain nerd. I love to think how people's brains work. I want to leverage things that naturally are occurring in our brains anyway. So here's where you might find the Fibonacci sequence. It's a pattern, it's a mathematical equation, which is the sum of the two previous numbers creates the next number. So 1 plus 1 equals 2. Then we take 2 plus 1 equals 3. Then we would take 3 plus 2 equals 5, and so on. And it's this naturally occurring thing that happens in nature. So I really love this. It's in thumbprints. It's in the way many flowers, shells, pine cones, leaves on different kinds of plants, how they grow. They follow this Fibonacci sequence. It's in an elephant's trunk. It's in the galaxy. So the way a spiral galaxy with which the Milky Way galaxy, our galaxy that we live in, is unfolding in the Fibonacci sequence. Why I like this for my clients is because, and why I chose this, there's a few reasons, a few levels for reasons, but one is most of them are super drivers. They push so hard to get everything done. I would call them, that classic type A male, masculine energy, push things forward. And this actually, the Fibonacci sequence, is the most efficient way for things to grow, which I love because I'm a maximizer, and it's effortless. So it just occurs naturally in nature, which is this reminder that when we live in our zone of genius, things unfold. They grow like a plant instead of forcing something to happen, which is a real relief for many of my clients who have been driving things forward for so long. So that's one level. I love to reference the emotional guidance scale, which is looking at the upward spiral compared to the downward spiral. And I often love to coach my clients around what are the feelings, the emotions, the mindsets, the people, the places, the opportunities that bring you in this upward spiral. Because we're all hopefully evolving and growing I certainly am in the learning zone, growth mindset. So my clients often are in that. So what can we do to bring us in this upward spiral? And what are the skills, tools, and resources that you can use to keep you out of the downward spiral, which is when we get sucked down into worry, anger, resentment. And actually at the bottom of that is that two-punch knockout when you feel hopeless and helpless. So that's at the very bottom of the downward spiral. At the very top, on the top end of the upward spiral is passion, freedom, joy. It's the things we most want that you can't buy. So that's the outline kind of what the Fibonacci sequence is. Those are the reasons why I was really attracted to call it the Fibonacci Project.